Hello to the good people who are watching this video. We have a new challenge now against Mr. Sonata 2 2163 player, and I'm feeling like playing an opening which I didn't play for a while, the Nimzo. So yeah, now f3. Okay, so this is one of the more principled lines of the Nimzo, preparing the move e4. If any of the audience had a chance to watch videos of Grandmaster Tal Baron, he is actually a very big specialist of this specific system with the white pieces. So if you want to know more information about this, I really recommend to watch his videos. So basically, to my knowledge, Black has a choice between d5, c5 and castles. Okay, let's make castle. Let's see what happens. Basically, now white can proceed with his regular e4 move, or he can also chase away white bishop with the move a3. I don't see any real serious alternatives. Yeah, so he goes for e4. Now I think my principled reply would pawn to d5. So as you can see, white has a big control over the center, but things are not so simple, because now on the next moves I will try to counterattack in the center of the board, trying to highlight my lead in development. Yeah, so he played pawn to a3, a sensible move. I'm wondering if I have any alternative. Probably not. Let's take on c3. Now this is a very curious position. He has a massive pawn center and the two bishops advantage, but it's all about development right now. That's the way I feel. I should search for pawn breaks here, I believe. Moves like c5 or even f6, trying to highlight my lead in development, are very much to the point right now. Basically, I can also consider more positional approaches to the position. I think I've spotted one possible tactic here. So basically, always black has this possibility of queen h4 check, but it basically always gets covered by a pawn on g3. But now, if basically in this kind of tactics, if I can grab something along the fourth line, it might work. So if you want to try to spot the tactic yourself, try to stop the video. I will play it right now. So it's knight takes e5. So my point is, now when white will take my knight on e5, I will have a check on h4, and then I would be able to grab the bishop on c4. And I think I should be a relatively safe pawn up right now. It's also nice that the move knight takes e5 comes with a tempo against the bishop on c4. Meanwhile, we can see that Mr. Sonata 2 is from the Netherlands, and he has a quite high rating of other chess variants. Interesting. Yeah, I'm guessing my opponent right now realizing his mistake, and now he's trying to think how to minimize the damage. Probably white should just retreat with his bishop to e2 or a2, something like this, and just trying to play a position with the pawn down with some probably minimal compensation due to his pair of bishops. But I believe what he did is actually not very good for him. So now I still have my pawn advantage, and now I have a very pleasant choice. Basically the moves which comes to mind now are either knight to c6, just developing a piece, putting pressure on the pawn on e5, or another tempting option is to play the pawn to b6 and to try to develop my bishop on b7 or even a6. Okay, let's start with the knight. I don't see any reason not to make such an obvious and easy move. When you can develop a piece with the tempo, usually it's very hard to resist doing so. The thing is that my bishop on c8 right now is quite badly placed because it's blocked by the pawn on e6, but now I believe after the move b6 he has quite good potential. Yeah, let's play b6. And I'm even not sure at the moment if I would like it to be on b7 or a6. To me, it seems like both of them are quite good squares for the bishop. Yeah, actually, in hindsight, maybe I should have considered playing moves like queen c5 on the previous move, just to hinder his development a bit, his castling mostly. But actually, if I want to, I can still play the move queen to c5 check, and probably grabbing this pawn on e5. Interesting. Well, let's start with this move. Rook to d8. Couldn't harm to harass a bit the queen, putting the rook on the open file. And now my point is that whenever the queen moves from d1, or should I say wherever, first of all I still keep the options of playing the moves like queen to c5 check, followed by grabbing the pawn on e5, but I also want white to make some uncomfortable decision with his queens, because at the moment the queen has to protect the knight on e2, so it doesn't have a huge range of choices. It's probably either c2 or e1. Yeah, queen to c2 was preferred. Yeah, now I believe it's quite safe for me to go for the pawn on e5 with this check, but just for the sake of security I will check some other possibilities. The problem is if I start with the move bishop to a6 first, trying to put pressure on the knight on e2, you can always play the move rook f2, and not sure if this is very much in my favor. Yeah, let's do this check. I really see no reason not to. I think at this moment, if white does not have anything special, anything concrete, the two pawns advantage should grant black close to a winning position. Now he does have this possibility, which I did see from afar. The thing I actually missed is that if I play my planned move knight to c6, covering both the knight on e5 and the rook on a8, which would be under attack, he could take my pawn on c7 with his bishop. So he will probably return one of his pawns, but I believe that anyway white is quite struggling here with his position. Okay, I must say that this move is a bit surprising to me. I believe that these kind of exchanges only help black to realize his advantage. Basically, you don't want any kind of trades when you're material down. Especially giving up this bishop on f4 now gives me this very strong bishop on b7, which I think is almost doing a deadly job, like at this point, looking straight at the white king on h1. I believe every move should be good right now for black. So I'll just go with the safe option of queen f6. No particular reason, just keeping my queen kind of close to the king, not to allow white even to imagine or think about any kind of counterplay. My plan for the next moves would be to first of all drive away this knight from its outpost in the center with the moves such as c5 or e5, and then after the knight will move, this pawn on f3 would be softened, so it would be easier for me to attack it. Probably c5. Yeah, this looks like a good move. Also, the pawn on c3 could be a potential target. Yeah, he played his knight to b5, but now actually I believe his knight is quite vulnerable for my attacks. Yeah, let's try to, even though this is not strictly necessary, I will try to harass his knight a bit. Yeah, knight c7 is forced. Now if I play the move rook c8, my pawn on a6 would be hanging, but actually I just wanted to play this move, keeping my pawn protected. And well, basically, yeah, he decided to resign straight away. Basically, we see that white is 2 pawns down, and also his knight on c7 is very much likely to be trapped. Now let's take a quick look. So, probably his critical mistake in the opening, first of all, was this move pawn to a3. The computer says that white should just play the move pawn to f4, and I guess he has some compensation for the pawn because of his strong pawn center. But after bishop takes, knight takes e5, black already holds the advantage. But I believe this move, d takes e5, yeah, you can see that after this move the advantage of the computer is rising to above 2 points. So this was a really bad mistake, because now it's not only that I have the pawn advantage, he has all of those weaknesses, my piece is getting to the game very easily, and from here it was really quite easy for me, I believe. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the game. Of course, if you like the content on this channel, the videos I upload, the things I do, I really admire that you subscribe to the channel, share it, like it, comment, do everything you want, and you feel in any way you feel you can support the channel, I would be very much happy. So until the next time, see you and have a nice day. Bye bye.